Hello guys, welcome back to Train Sim World 5, and as you might see, we got a new addition to our main menu. There's a new DLC called Thomas and Friends, which is based on Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, and they've actually added it to Train Sim World 5 with 8 storylines. It came out today. It's available for $19.99 here in the UK. But you do need the West Somerset line to be able to play it. I already own that. But if you don't, they got it on offer at the moment with the Thomas and Friends DLC for $29.99. So for $29.99, you get the West Somerset line and all the trains that go along with that. Plus, you get Thomas and Friends DLC. But if you've already got the West Somerset line, you can buy the Thomas and Friends for just $19.99. So let's have a look. Let's go to the main story. So as you see, it's got the main music here in the menu. I've done the two driving, like the two tutorials. Don't really want to go through those. The actual story starts here with Thomas arrived. So let's go and join the story and see what this is like. This is my first time playing it, so hopefully it's cool.
Thomas's arrival. It was a warm summer's evening on the West Somerset Railway, and Thomas the Tank Engine was waiting at Dunster Station. He and Sir Topham Hatt had been invited to visit the railway and were on their way to Minehead for a big welcome. "I can't wait to get to Minehead Station and meet everyone," said Thomas excitedly. "You said you had a friend that worked on this railway, didn't you, sir?" "Yes, Thomas, I have," replied Sir Topham Hatt. "Mr. Peters and I have been friends for a long time, and I'm sure you'll get to meet him once we reach Minehead. And I know he's very keen to finally meet you, especially after I told him how useful you are." "Thank you, sir," puffed Thomas proudly. "Although I do hope my branch line back on Sodor will be all right without me.
They should have put soda in the game.
Regular train rides." "I'm sure your passengers will be fine, Thomas. There's no need to worry about your branch line," chuckled Sir Topham Hatt. "I've arranged for Percy and Toby to look after it while you're away. Bertie said he'll lend a hand too." Thomas smiled, thinking about his friends back home. "Right then," he continued, "let's get going. We don't want to keep everyone waiting." And with that, Sir Topham Hatt walked down the platform and climbed aboard Annie. "Yes, sir," peeped Thomas. "Minehead, here we come."
So we're off to Minehead. I remember that guy used to be called the Fat Controller when I used to watch Thomas the Tank. So it's pretty cool. Look, we've got a nice tractor there, and we've got some of the old carriage there. Look, let's have a little look at Thomas himself, shall we? So there I am on board with me helper there. I like that they've made it like dirty and not like all clean. Here's the coal. See all the dirt there? Because it would be dirty, wouldn't it? Wouldn't be clean. There's Annie, whatever her name is. Annie and Clarabelle. So they look pretty cool and tired and need a good wash. But here's Thomas, looking really, really cool. Let's go up a bit. There he is. So that's pretty cool, huh? So we better not waste too much time and get on our way. Come on in, Thomas, let's go. And off we go. Now they've made the controls quite simple on this. Obviously, for any youngsters that are playing it. Going across a level crossing here, look.
I wonder what kind of jobs I'll get to do here, wondered Thomas. I do hope we get there soon. I can't wait to get started. Yes, it will be nice to finally arrive, said Annie sleepily. I don't know about you, Clara, but I'm rather looking forward to a nice long rest after our long journey here. Yes, Annie, it'll be nice to finally rest my wheels for the night. You should get some rest too, Thomas. You don't want to be tired tomorrow, do you? But I'm too excited. There's going to be a party tomorrow night to welcome us to the railway, and I want to make a good impression and show everyone that I'm a really useful engine, especially as we've come all this way. We understand, sympathized Annie. But as Clarabelle said, you don't want to end up being tired and running late on your first day. Despite his excitement, Thomas couldn't help but be tired too. It sounds like we're not the only ones who need to rest their wheels, laughed Clarabelle. Well, I suppose I am a little tired, he said wearily. And a good night's rest would be nice before we start work in the morning. The three friends continued their journey towards Minehead, and it wasn't long before they were nearing the station.
So it looks really, really nice. I've got to give it that. It looks really cool. Should we have a little look at the photo mode? That's pretty cool. So we can change like the saturates and that, make it a little bit more cartoon-like, if you like. You've got time of day, below freezing. So you can change all these sort of things on it to give it the look you want before you take a picture. So that's pretty cool. It's something different and unique, and for like British sort of train enthusiasts, they were probably brought up on Thomas the Tank, you know, and so it's great to have a good sort of addition to the game, I think. So we're now heading towards Minehead. I bet you never thought you'd see me play Thomas the Tank Engine on my channel. Well, there you go. I'm not going any fast because there is a speed limit here. It's the old signal box here, look. All these old carriages look with their faces on it. It's so cool. Here we are.
As Thomas's train pulled into the station, he looked around and noticed a smartly dressed man standing on the platform. He wondered if this was Sir Topham Hatt's friend, when the man stepped forward and introduced himself. Hello, and welcome to the West Somerset Railway. You must be Thomas, the famous tank engine I've heard all about. It's great to finally meet you. My name is Mr. Peters, and I must say it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you, sir, puffed Thomas. I'm excited that we have been given the chance to come and visit your railway, and I can't wait to get started. That's what I like to hear, said Mr. Peters. Sir Topham tells me you're a very hard-working engine, so I'm looking forward to working with you and making sure that you and all our visitors have a great time at the party tomorrow night.
There he is,
Just then,
Mick Lynch.
Sir Topham Hatt walked. He greeted his friend warmly and started telling him all about Thomas.
Now he's supposed to have been in Annie, but he wasn't in it. I
Thomas
looked.
is one of the most useful engines I know, and I'm sure he'll prove to be a credit to your railway. That's wonderful to hear, replied Mr. Peters. I'm sure that Thomas and I will get on splendidly. Mr. Peters smiled and turned to the crowd of passengers.
Crowd?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you all to give a warm welcome to our visitors from the island of Sodo. Sir Topham Hatt, Thomas, and his loyal coaches, Annie and Clarabelle. Everyone clapped and cheered, and Thomas looked on, feeling very proud.
They all look bored, sorry. Oh, good old Thomas. But this is really cool, isn't it, guys? We're going to leave it here.
But no one noticed that a familiar diesel engine was watching them from afar.
There's Diesel. I remember Diesel. so we will join Diesel in the next episode. Yeah, there's not going to be long videos, but we're going to take our time with them and enjoy them. So that was pretty cool. I did a bit of speed in there, but I got a gold medal for that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so what we'll do, we will leave it at that one, and we will join the next story in the next video, so we can sort of spread them out rather than doing loads in one sort of video. It's kind of silly that. But yeah, anyway, so Thomas the Tank Engine is now on Train Sim World 5.